Hello, YouTube. I'm Blaze.
And I'm Mist.
And we just really wanted to tell you that everything you thought you knew about fairy tales is a lie. It's a lie. They've been lying to you all your life.
I mean, there's sexual content, people chopping people's toes off. I mean, come on, man. It's a lie.
But it's okay, because we're going to expose the truth.
Exposure.
So, you thought that you knew Rapunzel, let down the hair and stuff, but...
Lies! Lies!
It's all lies.
Lies.
What really happened was, no, Rapunzel didn't go like, oh, it's so much easier to carry him up my hair than you. No, what she said was, why is my dress suddenly so tight and my tummy is so big?
Meaning she was pregnant.
She was pregnant the whole time. Okay, onward. So then we have Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel. You know, they were abandoned purposely because their mother was like, oh no, we're going to die of starvation. Go abandon your own children. And the father did because he's whipped a lot. So,
and it wasn't really the stepmother. No. The original version, it was their actual mother.
And then, you know how they go into the forest and find, like, a house full of candy? What was made out of candy? We believe that since the witch wanted to eat the kids, that she represents the wife who led them into abandonment. So, they're the same person.
They killed their own mother.
Who tries to eat their own children?
So gross.
Wrong.
It's disgusting.
Wrong.
Then here's another one that you're very familiar with. It's called Cinderella. All those Disney things.
Wrong. Lies.
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 Very much so. Okay.
So, first of all, we'll start with something a little bit nicer. There was no fairy godmother. It was the dead mother's spirit in the form of a bird.
Two birds.
Two birds. And a tree.
And a tree. Okay, and you know how the prince went around trying to get people's foot into this one shoe? The stepsisters cut their heels and toes off to fit inside the shoe.
Yeah, the mom was like...
Here's the knife, go ahead.
Yeah, once you marry him, you won't need to walk anymore. Cut off your toes so you can fit in there. And then he's just like, oh, there's obviously no blood running down your leg. Let's go get married. But then the bird was like, there's blood on the shoe.
Okay, now Snow White. This one. I was like, what the crap?
Okay, Snow White was like... Okay, once again, the stepmother was really the mother. Another one is that they abandoned her in the forest, but she was 7! 7 years old!
And then she went to live with 7 men!
Little dwarves. I don't remember what they were doing.
Okay, then she dies, right? So this prince comes by and sees her in this dead coffin, and he's like, oh my god, I must have this dead body. So
he's like, I'm in love with this dead 7-year-old girl.
Okay, if I was a dwarf, like, watching this, I would have been like, necrophiliac much?
Yeah, so he begs for this
like,
coffin.
Please, I need this girl to do when she's dead. I need it. I need it.
So they give it to him, and he's like, oh, thank goodness. And it wasn't true love's first kiss that wakes it up. It was a bump on the road.
Dislodge the apple.
So she wakes up, and she's like this 7-year-old, and then they get married. But you know what happens after that? Okay.
No, just okay.
No, wait, what happens after that is they're getting married, the 7-year-old with this prince.
Who's like 20.
Like, that.
24,
I mean,
maybe.
wow. It's like, he's like a pedophile and a necrophiliac. And then the mother is all jealous and goes to this wedding and finds out that it's her 7-year-old daughter. And they punish her by giving her shoes
to dance her to death.
Yeah, she puts her feet in these hot irons, and they watch her dance to death.
Okay, and then the worst one, Sleeping Beauty. Okay, guys, hold on to your seats, okay? Because, like, this is horrible. Okay, you know how Sleeping Beauty, she fell asleep and true love's first kiss awoke her? No, wrong. You know what happened?
Completely wrong.
This prince, he, like, came up to her and was like, ooh, woman to sleep. He raped her, okay?
He came and he raped her, and she didn't even wake up after the rape, and she gave birth to like two babies and didn't wake up until one of the babies sucked the prick out of her finger, and then she wakes up and sees these two kids.
I would be like, what the crap? Where did you come from? And they'll be like, Mommy.
There's actually part 2 to Sleeping Beauty, where apparently the prince was married, and this jealous wife wants to eat them.
Okay.
So it was like, wow. Okay, so we'll probably get back with a part 2 at this. We have a couple more, but we just wanted to get the worst out of your way.
The worst.
Rape her in her sleep.
What's wrong with the world back then and today?
How does Disney get these things?
Well, bye YouTube. We'll see you later. This is the end of the exposure.
So we forgot something at the end of Cinderella, because when they're leaving this thing to the wedding,
the two stepsisters were like, "Hey, she's gonna be the queen, but let's get like goody with her." And
yeah, they were like, "Oh yeah,
hey sis,
hey, you know we love you. You're like my favorite." And she was like, "Sure." So they go in, they enter, and these birds, I think
they were walking on either side of her, and the birds were sitting on her shoulders. And guess what the birds did? They poked out their eyes.
They poked out like which eye first? I forget. They poked out one eye first,
and then they switched, and then poked the other eye out.
So their punishment for being
evil,
stupid stepsisters was they get to be blind
forever. And they can't walk.
And so now they're blind and they can't walk and they're not pretty anymore. So it's like,
who wants to do a blind chick?
Yeah.
What's
maybe that prince from Snow White.
Probably. Well, that's the end of the last bit of exposure. Exposure.
We have like